Hello viewers, welcome back to our channel. Today we are going to see about an interesting topic, terrain ecosystem based on environmental science. Introduction. Whereas the terrestrial intertidal zone and the marine habitat meets, as terrace is a place where fresh water and salt water meet. It is a zone of transaction between two aquatic ecosystems. Terraces have main and remain close association with human because many of the major cities of the world are established on terraces. In contrast to other ectomes or transitional areas, terraces have few species of permanent organisms. Definition of terrace. There are many definitions of terrace because several morphological features of coastlines such as lagoons, sloughs, fjords, and other shallow embayments are often considered terrace. A simple definition is that estuary is a partially enclosed coastal embayment where freshwater and seawater meet and mix. This definition implies the free communication of the sea with the freshwater source, at least during a part of the year. Types of estuaries. Estuaries are divided into four types depending on how they are formed. First one, coastal plain estuaries. Coastal plain estuaries are formed by the sea level rising and the filling an existing river valley. Second one, tectonic estuaries. Tectonic estuaries are caused by the folding or faulting of land surfaces. These are found along major fault lines like the San Francisco Bay areas in the California. Third one, barbel estuaries. Barbel estuaries is formed when a shallow lagoons or bay is protected from the ocean by sand or barrier is island. Last one, fjords or U-shaped estuaries formed by glacial action. Fjords are formed in area with a long histories of glacial activities like Northern Europe, Alaska and Canada. Estuaries classification. Estuaries are classified in the way of salinity gradient are formed. In most estuaries, there is gradient in salinity from full seawater at the meet of fresh water at the upper reaches. Positive estuaries, salt rich estuary. Estuaries varies substantial freshwater outflow and reduced evaporation, typically temperature zone estuaries. The fresh water moves out over the top of the salt water, mixing with it near the surface and reducing the salinity, leaving the deeper water more saline. In such a situation, a cross section of the estuary shows isohalion line of equal salinity which extend upstream at bottom. These estuaries are also called river dominated or stratified. Next, negative or evaporative estuary. In desert climate, where the amount of freshwater input to the estuary is small and the rate of evaporation high, a negative evaporator estuary results high evaporation. In a negative estuary, the incoming salt water enter at the surface and is somewhat diluted by mixing with a small amount of fresh water. In high evaporation rate, however, cause the surface water to become hypersaline. Hypersaline water is denser than seawater, sinks to the bottom and moves out of the estuary as a bottom current. A saline profile of such estuaries is the reverse of the positive estuaries, with highest volume at the bottom and lowest at the top. Next, seasonal or intermittent estuary. These estuaries are formed area where there is a marked wet and dry season. In a rainy season, they have freshwater input and are open to the ocean. In the dry season, they have no freshwater input, may become dry or stagnant, and are often cut off from the ocean by seasonal sandbars. Salinity in these estuaries varies not spatially but temporally. In this image, we have seen the cycle of estuaries ecosystem. and the layer of fisheries present in the ocean and the meat of fresh and salt water. Adaptation of Esturine organism. Morphological adaptation. Few morphological adaptations among Esturine's organism can be attributed simply to living under conditions of fluctuating temperature and salinity. Most are adaptation to a given habitat, such as burrowing into the mud. Mud dwelling or species in estuary often have a lowest reproductive rate and lower fertility. There are also certain morphological adaptation among vascular plants living in the estuary and salt marshes, and all have a special tissues. The parenchyma that supplies oxygen to the root embedded in oxonic mud. Other have extensive stores of carbohydrate signaling roots to the provided as sugar to cope with salinity fluctuation. Many also have high lignin content, which may be an adaptation to the plant to cope with high internal salinity. Abundant stomata and thin cuticle are subjective of high transpiration rates. The physiological adaptation. The adaptation required for Esturine life are those that maintain the ionic balance of body fluids is fluctuating external salinity. Osmosis is the physical process in which water passes through a semi-permeable membrane that separates two fluids of different salt concentration, moves from the area of lower to higher salt concentration. The ability to control the concentration of salts or water in the internal fluid is called osmoregulation. Their ability to penetrate estuaries is limited to their tolerance for changes in their internal fluids. Osmoregulators are organisms that have physiological mechanisms to control the salt content of their internal fluids. Here, the advantages of estuary. Estuaries are essential habitats for fish, insects, and other wildlife. Provides good and service that are economically and ecologically indispensable. Commercially, fishing and recreational opportunities. Filtration process creates cleaner and clear water which benefits both people and marine life. The disadvantages of estuary. Estuary have too many nutrients. Too much algae will grow, creating algae blooms, and algae blooms block sunlight and can suffocate fish and plants by using up valuable oxygen from the water, and large scale conversion by draining, filling, dumping, and degrading. These activities result in the intermediate destruction and loss of estuarine habitat, and evaporation exceeds fresh water. Then the back of the estuary becomes a source of dense water saltier than seawater. Thank you so much for watching.